And in other sad news, ladies and gentlemen, apparently Dick Armey will be leaving FreedomWorks. You all remember FreedomWorks, not to be confused with the Americans for Prosperity. Wait, now wasn't he at Americans for Prosperity too? Was he just at FreedomWorks? Who knows? It was just another sort of corporate-backed group that basically created the so-called grassroots of the Tea Party. He left the group that he helped build over a clash with a top lieutenant, a guy named Matt Kibbe, who is in running to try and look as the hippest Republican this side of the free market Fonzie. Now, before you shed a tear for Dick Armey, know that he received an $8 million buyout to step down as chairman of FreedomWorks at the end of last month. Now, know this. Dick Armey, when he was chair of FreedomWorks, earned $500,000 a month, assuming there was no other kickbacks and other type of fraudulent dealings, which who knows? I doubt there was. But now he's getting a payout of $400,000 a year to not come into work. And apparently he's going to get that $400,000 for what, like 20 years. That's a nice annuity. Now, remember, the problem we have in this country is that government workers, guys who've been working on sanitation or teachers or cops or firemen, their pensions are too large. Meanwhile, Dick Armey from this grassroots group is getting 4/5 of his pay for 20 years in the future for a group that's not even 20 years old. I think he was only working there for 10 years, $500,000 a year. Now he gets $400,000 a year for not showing up at work for 20 years. And apparently the reason why he's leaving, and you know what? Now that actually even occurs to me, I think this story is it's a total lie. The reason why he's leaving, supposedly, is he was concerned that his top lieutenant, Matt Kibbe, was using FreedomWorks staff to research and write Matt Kibbe's personal book, which was entitled Hostile Takeover, Resisting Centralized Government Stranglehold on America. And supposedly Dick Armey was afraid that having these people work on his private book could jeopardize its tax-exempt status. Now, there is evidence that Kibbe did this because it's a 415-page book, and he supposedly wrote it during Christmas vacation. Now, even if you are as much of a Scrooge and a Jew as I am, to not celebrate Christmas, I don't know how much time you have over Christmas break, unless it was like a 6-month Christmas vacation, to write a 415-page book that you haven't had your guys at work basically write the whole thing for you. But here's the thing that does not make sense about this story, and why I think this story is total BS. If Dick Armey thought this was the case, he made these charges to the board. The board ultimately decided with Kibbe that this wasn't an issue. But Dick Armey thought this was real and thought it was still real and that it could threaten the tax-exempt status of FreedomWorks. And FreedomWorks thought this was a problem too. Don't you think when they gave him the $8 million payout, the $400,000 a year, they would say, oh, and one more thing. You got to sign this non-disclosure form, which says you will not talk about this in the press. I suspect that they would have. And so I suspect that Dick Armey is leaving for another reason. Now, if he was leaving on terms that were not scandalous in any way, he would just leave and they'd give him his $8 million. But if he was leaving because of some other greater scandal, then what you do, like, say, for instance, if you were the head of the CIA and you were going to say, like, I'm resigning because I was just, I had a little bit of a dalliance, and it turned out there was a lot more to it than that. You throw a bone. This is the story of why I'm leaving. This is what the media can chew on for a while, and who's going to continue to investigate why I'm really leaving. But nevertheless, Dick Armey, FreedomWorks is just another way of saying, got nothing left to lose, including the $400,000 a year I'm going to make for not coming into work.